Okay guys, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mohammad Faisal with my new video that is related to SAP sales, SAP ERP sales and distribution process. But in this video, I have already shared one video with you in which we did the exercise. So today's exercise is actually a case and it is more elaborate. It has few more things. So if somebody not able to follow the previous exercise, still if he do this exercise, he can also understand what we have done in that previous exercise. Okay. So I'm going to start, but before going to start, I just want to show you how what are the steps that we are going to do. You can see they are mentioning over here 17 steps. So out of these 17 steps, the red one are those in which we are not creating anything. Just what we do, we will just look into it. So most probably, to keep the video as short as possible, maybe the things mentioned in the red, maybe I will not perform these steps. It depends upon how much time I will consume in other steps. So but rest of the things that are mentioned in blue, we will do it inshallah. But in this on this screen, what you can see here, that the first, from point number 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. See, first 5 things are different. Even the sixth one is also different because it is saying create sale order referencing a quotation. If you can recall in the previous exercise, what we did, we directly create a sale order. So over here, we are going to create a sale order with reference. So this is the difference. And you can see these are 5 new things has been added. Okay, so we will see all of them one by one, and I'll try to go little bit fast because once the video is with you, you can see it several times. It doesn't matter. It's not a lecture. Okay, so now I'm going to start. So let me go to the SAP screen. So this is my SAP screen. Definitely to perform this exercise, you must have user ID, password, and all these things. And definitely my students who are doing the course with me, I have already provided you the user ID, password, and I already explained you the mechanism how to log in. So this is how we log in into the system. Now again, the same mechanism, we should know uh, what steps we have to perform to do the activities. So the first activity is creating customer. So to do that, what we have to do, we have to follow this path. Again, those people who are my student, I will share with you the exercise in which all the steps are mentioned. And for those who are not a student, definitely they will use this system when they are having access to SAP system and they have some access to the exercises as well. Okay. So logistics. Under logistics, sales and distribution. Under sales and distribution, master data. Then after master data, business partner. Then under business partner, there is customer. Under customer, there is create and then complete. Now, once you click on this, you will have this screen. Now, on this screen, what is required, what you have to enter the data very carefully. That first of all, in the first row where it is mentioned account group, you will select sold to the party. You can see there are many options here, but you will select sold to the party. Why? Why so many options are there? The reason is very simple. This system is a very comprehensive and big system. So therefore, what is required in this? You have to be very careful that what data you are entering. See, there are many options for sale sold to the party, but I am going to select this one only. Why I am going to select this one only? Why not others? Because right now the type of customer we want to create, that suits this category. Otherwise, if you select any other, later on you will face the problem. Maybe like if you select any other customer that is actually not end user, that is some business, because for one business, when it is buying something from the other, so buyer is the customer, whether it is a business. So the SAP system consider everyone who is buying as a customer, whether that is a business or end user. So therefore, we have to be careful which thing we have to select. So we have to select over here sold to the party. Sold to the party is the customer, that is end user. What next we have to enter? Now in the exercise, further thing that is given. US00 you have to enter in the company code. Then in sales organization, you have to enter UE00. You can type these things also, or you can click on this magnifying glass and select the data. As I told you, my recommendation, whenever you are absolutely sure about the data, type it directly or copy paste from the exercise. Don't go into the detail of searching the data because it will take time when you are searching. Definitely searching needs some time. Then once you enter this data, what they are asking you, they just ask you to press enter or click on this one. Now once you click on this one, this screen will open. Now in this screen, what you have to enter? You have to enter lot of things on this screen and later screens. First of all, you have to select company as a title. Then you will select the name. Now name again you can type anything, but over here they have given the name also. Why? Because in the whole exercise, when later on you will, if you want to search that customer, you will search with these details. So that's why I am sticking with it. Then my GBI number is 500. What I will do in they are mentioning that you will enter the name, the white zone for the name and triple hash for search term one. So where is the search term one? Here. In the search term one, I will put my number 500. That is my number. Okay. Then later on, what is required? They are asking us to enter 2144 and Orange Avenue for street. So where is the street? There is the street. So this data is given. I am not doing anything from my pocket. Orange Avenue. Whatever I am typing over here, it is given in the exercise. And 32804 for the postal code. Remember, postal code are very important because they are defined in SAP system for the cities and the countries. If you put the wrong code, it will create problem for you later on when you want to search. And the city is Orlando, whatever you call it, Orlando. The country is US. Then Florida, FL is the region. So again, why I am typing FL? Reason is very simple. It is code in SAP system for Florida. Then what next they are asking us to do? Now the next thing they are asking us that click on expand icon to access additional street address fields. Now what we are going to do in the exercise, they are asking us to set the region east, transportation zone we have to set, and then you have to go to company code data. So there is a possibility that on this screen already that the options are expanded. But if not, then what you will do, you will click on this button. Let me click on this button. Can we see transportation zone? Yes. Okay. So transportation zone is given and they are saying you have to select region east. Now here you can see the problem is that there are so many zeros in this data. So what I will do, instead of typing them because it may create a mistake, I just click on the magnifying glass and select the data. So see, when we are working with the system, we have to be a little bit smart so that we should do the work faster and we should not commit mistake. Mistake happens, doesn't matter, but try to be little bit smart so that you can uh, handle these things efficiently. So once you select the region east in the transportation zone, what next you are going to do? Now you are required to click on company code data. Now where is the company code data? You can see here. This is the company code data. So you click on this company code data and you will receive this message, customer found with same address. Now this message maybe you will receive also or you may not receive. But if you receive this, no need to worry. Why? Because this exercise we are using for teaching for the last 6 7 years, and the data is given in the exercise, we are using it. So what happened, you may find thousands of customers with the same details. Only thing that will be different is the customer ID, and that matters. So don't worry, if you receive this message, how you are going to tackle this message, you will just click yes, continue. And then what next you are going to do? You are not going to select anything from here. If you select anything, it means you are using the existing customer. No, we are creating a new customer. So what I will do, I will just cancel this. And what you can see, once I cancel this, what happened? That option has gone. Now what we have to enter? We have to go into the company code data. So again, you have to enter here. Now you can see that option doesn't appear again. So this is the trick. If you are receiving this message, this is the trick to avoid. Okay. So now what they are asking us, we have to enter some data. So what data we have to enter? We have to enter 110000 as reconciliation account number. So here again it's up to you. If you can get data easily from the menu, you can. Otherwise, you can copy paste or type. Sort key they are asking us to enter 001. So that is again, let's see in the menu 001. You can type also, no problem. I'm doing it in something with typing, something with the menu so that you will be familiar with all of them. Then what they are asking next step is you have to click on the payment transaction tab. Now where is the payment transaction tab? It is here. So in the payment transaction tab, what you are going to enter now? You will enter 0001 as terms of payment. So terms of payment is here. 0001 you have to enter. 0001. Then what next you are going to do? Then they are asking you to create a click on sales area data. Now where it is sales area data? It is here. This one. Now in the sales area data, what they are required? They are asking us to enter USD as a currency. So most time it is already there. If not, we will enter. And then one is enter for customer price procedure and one for customer status group. So where are all these things? See, USD is the currency already mentioned. Customer pricing procedure already mentioned one, and customer status group. We have to be very careful that you will enter the data carefully reading the exercise, because there are several fields that has quite similar name, not same. So make sure you are entering the data in the right field. Then once you enter this, what else you have to enter further? Now they are asking you have to enter 02 for delivery priority. Where is the delivery priority? You have to click on shipping tab, and in the shipping tab you will find these options, delivery priority. So what is the delivery priority mentioned over here? It is saying 02. 02. Then what next after the delivery priority? Shipping condition. So shipping condition is mentioned as 01. Let's type quickly. And then delivery plant. And delivery plant is given over here as MI00. Again, repeat. This is MI00, not M100. Okay, MI00. Then delivery plant after that, 3 for maximum partial deliveries. Maximum partial deliveries. Where it is? Maximum partial deliveries. Let me just search where it is. Here, instead of 9, you will remove this and you will type 3. Why it is given in the exercise? Then, what next you have to do? You have to click on billing documents. So, now in the billing documents, what they are asking you to enter, that you have to enter few things. First, you have to enter FOB and Miami for Incoterms. So where you will put FOB? You will put FOB here. FOB. You can search here also. FOB. Okay. And here what they are asking to enter? Miami. Then what else you have to enter? 0001 for terms of payment. So where is terms of payment? Here. 0001. Okay. Then you have to enter 01 for account assignment group. 01 for account assignment group. Here is the account assignment group. Then what else you have to enter? Now they are saying you have to enter 0 for text classification for all three categories. Now you can see what are these all three categories here. You will put 0, 0, 0. Now sometime this step sometime become little bit critical. Why? Because people are not able to enter data here, here and here. Sometime it happens with some students. So don't worry if you are not able to enter data here, here, here. What is the trick over here? You will first enter these zeros in these three lines. And once you enter zeros in these three lines, then you will just press enter and these fields will be enabled for you. Mostly what happen, not mostly, sometime it happens that these fields are disabled. You are not able to enter anything. So for that, what you will do, you will first enter 000 in all these three fields, and then you will press enter and these fields will be activated for you. So you can enter the data in that field also. Now this is all that you have to enter for creating a customer. Now the only step left in this, I will press save button and customer will be generated and the number for the customer will be appeared on my screen. So I will note down that number. You can see at the bottom there is a customer number. Now you can see in this video 25469. Before that, so many zeros doesn't work. So what I can do, I can write this number 25469. So this is my customer. So whenever you are going to create a customer, what will happen? You will have some number like this. Note down that number, because especially my students, you have to submit the case study data sheet. So in that data sheet, you have to write these details so that you will be graded accordingly. Okay. So now what we are going to do, sorry. Now what we are going to do, we are done with creation of the customer. Now the next thing is that we have to, if I show you in this title slide, this thing is done. Now what we have to do, we have to create a contact person for the customer. So let's go there. We have to go out from here, even from that transaction. Now to create a contact person for the customer, what path we are going to follow? The path is quite same, little bit different over there. After the business partner, here, after the business partner, what you are going to do, instead of going into the customer, what they are asking, go to contact person. So where is the contact person? Here is the contact person. So in that contact person, now you have to click on create. So once you click on create, what next you are going to do, you will see here. Can you see the customer number that was created in the previous step automatically coming here? Now this is actually what? This is actually the what you can call it, strength of ERP system. This is real time data, that you are getting that data immediately. Okay. So even you don't need to type or copy that data. But if it is not appearing, what you will do, you will type that data or copy that data from your notes. Okay. Now what next you have to do, just you have to press enter. And then another screen will open. And in this screen, what you are going to do, you are going to do few things. And in that, you have to enter like one for VIP management, 002 for 0002 for department, that is purchasing, 02 for function. So where all this data will be entered? Here for VIP, you will enter 1. For department, you will enter 0002, 0002, and then function, you will enter 02. Here is the function. And then after the function, the next thing is call frequency. So for call frequency, you will put again 0002 here. Where is the call frequency? Here. Again, I am repeating that it is not necessary that whatever the options are available on the screen, you have to enter the data in all of them. No. Whatever is given to you, you have to put the correct data in the correct field, and rest of the field leave it as is. Okay. thing is required that you are going to press save. So you press save, and once you press save, now one thing, maybe something is missing over here. So they are asking us some name or whatever. So let's put something over here. Let's put Mr. and last name. Maybe I'm going to put ABC and then press save. So now you can see here contact person 332 created for this customer. So I'm going to write down this number also. Contact person 332. What does it mean? This will be the person when customer want to buy something, customer will contact this employee of the company. This is how a systematic system work. Now the next thing that you have to do, you have to perform change customer activity. Now what does the purpose of this activity? After doing this activity, what happens? Customer will be fully activated to perform whatever the transactions he is allowed. Okay. So this step, change customer, we have to perform. So what we will do, we will go out from this transaction and then we have to follow the path. Now again, instead of going into the contact person, we will go in customer under the business partner, customer, and now we are going to click on change. So when we click on change, what will happen? The next thing is the sales and distribution. So in sales and distribution, we will double click on it. Just give me a minute. Sorry guys, I have something little bit urgent. Okay, let's continue now. So when we click on this change and then sales and distribution, now they are asking us to perform this activity. So here in the customer, again, it's up to you. If you want to search the customer, you can. But what I will suggest you, if you know the data, don't go for searching, directly type it. So I'm going to type my customer number, that is 25469. Okay. Now, what next we have to do after entering this data? What they are asking us, once we enter this data, we have to make sure the data after this has to be sales organization UE00, distribution channel WH, division BI. Remember, if this is not available, you have to type it. In this case, it is available, that's why it is already displayed, so we did not perform anything. Now the next thing that we have to do, we have to click or press enter. Already exist in this. Sorry, I think I have click on the create customer. Let me just cancel this. No, not create. We have to click on change. So under the change, we have to click on sales and distribution. So here you can see by default my customer number is coming. Sorry, sometime it happens. Okay. So now what we have to do, here we have to press enter and we will go inside now. Now what next they are asking us to do? They ask us to go to sales area data screen. So where is the sales area data screen? Sales area data screen. If it is not displaying over here, let me just check. So we are right now on the sales area data screen. Okay. So sometime it happens you have to locate. So we are on the sales area data screen. Now what we have to enter in this in the sales area data screen partner function tab. So where is the partner function tab? Here. Partner function tab. Now in this partner function tab, what they are asking us to enter the following. This thing will appear. So in this, what they are saying in the next empty row. Next empty row means this row. This is the empty row. Okay, what they are asking us to enter? They are asking us to enter CP for PF. Where is the PF? This is the PF heading. So under this heading, you have to put CP. Okay. Then what you have to do? Click on the number field and then search icon to bring up the following window. And after that window, what you have to do? You have to find out your customer. So what I will suggest you in this, that here in the customer number, just type directly my customer. I'm going to type my customer number, that is 25469. So what I am doing, I am skipping the search option. So instead of searching, once you know your data, directly type it or copy paste. Okay. And then what they are saying, press enter. Partner 25469 has not been created. So let's see what is the error. Let me just follow what they are saying. Okay, next number field. Okay, we click on the next number field. And in this, what they are saying, your customer number is there 25469. Okay. Your customer number is entered automatically. Make sure all other fields is empty. Yes, all other fields are empty. And then click on this item. Okay. Now it is there. So you click on this. Now you can see 332 is the contact person. So this contact person we have created in the previous step. So what we did, we assign that contact person to the customer. So first thing what we did, we create a customer. Second thing, we create a contact person. And third thing, we assign that contact person to the customer. So now this is the end of this step. So what we will do, we will just save it. We will just press save and that's it. You will receive a message, but there is no number. What they are saying, changes have been made. So now three steps are done. These three steps were related to earlier how to create a customer, how to create a contact person, and then how to assign the contact person to the customer. So now what I am going to do, I am going out of this transaction and I will go to see the next step. Now the next step is create customer inquiry. So for that, what we have to do, create customer inquiry, we have to follow this logistics, sales distribution, and under the sales distribution, we will click on sales, then inquiry, then create. Sales, inquiry, create. Now in this case, what actually we are doing, we are doing more thorough work. In the previous exercise, what we did, we directly created the sale order. But here what we are going to do, we are going to first create inquiry, then we convert that inquiry into quotation, and then we convert that quotation into sale order. So in this case, what you will see, most data you will enter in inquiry, then less data in quotation, and very less data in okay. Why? Because the data in inquiry will pass on to quotation and from quotation to sale order. Because we will create all these documents in reference to the previous one. So now this screen. And to create inquiry, we have to type a code here that is for query. Inquiry, it is IN. For quotation, it is Q2, QT. And for sale order, it is, I will tell you right now, I cannot recall. Okay. So, what we do, in the sales organization, it should be UE00, distribution channel WH, and division BI. Most of the time, this data comes automatically. And if it is not coming, you will type. Okay. Then what next? We are asking you to enter with this data. Now you are on the screen where you are going to create an inquiry. Make sure create inquiry. Okay. Now in this screen, you have to enter some data. What data you are going to enter? First of all, in the exercise, they are showing you have to find out your customer. Then you will perform other activity. But I am again repeating, no need to, once you know the data, no need to search. What you should do, directly type the customer number. Okay. So what is my customer number? It is 25469. Am I right? Yes. 25469. So I type directly that customer number. Then in the pay order number, it says put triple hash. Now triple hash means you have to replace it with your GBI number. So for me, it is 500. For you, it will be your GBI number. Like someone is having 505, so he will type 505. Someone is having 510, so he will type 510. Okay. Then they are asking to enter the purchase order date. Now, purchase order date is again it is given that which date you have to enter. So I think this date is the current date, today's date. So more, my practice is I usually do not type the date. I just select it from the calendar because date formats and all these things are quite confusing sometime and it leads to error. So then what next we are going to do after entering this current date in the system, next thing that you have to enter where you have to put the valid date. Now valid date over here you have to be very very careful. Inquiry and quotation are always having some validity. After that validity, those documents will be expired. So you have to make sure because some students what they do, they did this mistake that they put one of the date and leave the other one. No, you have to enter both valid from and valid to. So valid from they are saying today's date. Because in our previous exercise, when we directly created the sale order, there was no valid to valid from, but here it is valid to valid from. You have to. And valid from, again, it depends upon the company policy, not the system. Company policy. So, company policy in the exercise they have mentioned, you have to put 1 month valid to. It can be 3 days, it can be 7 days, depend upon the company policy. It is not based on the system. It depends upon the company policy. So what I am going to do, I am going to put 30th of October after 1 month as the validity. And then what next? You have to enter here. Now they are asking what two products they have to enter. One product, both are from the touring bikes. Like we did that touring bike in the previous exercise. And those two of the data that they are asking us again, they are asking you to search. But again, I am going to tell you, especially my students, you can see that in the exercise they have searched one of the bike that is deluxe touring bike and this is DXTR and then your number and other one is PRTR and then your number. So what I am going to do? Instead of searching the data, I will directly type here in the material DXTR1 and then my GBI number. So my GBI number is 500 and other is PRTR. PRTR1. And again in this, what is required? Again your GBI number. So my GBI number is 500. So instead of searching this whole data, you can search it also, but you can do it if you know the codes in the exercise you can see and you can directly type here. Now order quantity they are asking 5 for the DXTR and 2 for the PRTR, professional touring bike. One is the deluxe touring bike and other one is the professional touring bike. Now what next they are asking once you enter these things, now they are saying if you just press enter, you can see the screen is populated with the data. The amount is already calculated. You did not enter the cost. It comes automatically. Okay. Now what next they are asking once you enter this data, now they are asking you to play with some numbers. So now they are saying by default in the system there is a probability set that because this is inquiry, this is not a sale order. So on the basis of inquiry, you can estimate whether customer will buy it or not. By seeing his behavior or his interest, you can estimate that what is the probability of selling this item. So what you are going to do in the system, they are saying there is some probability mentioned. So change that probability. Again, it is given in the exercise. So from where you are going to change that probability? They are saying the order probability is 30% default value. Now what they are saying? Change the order probabilities to 70%. So where the order probability will change, you can go here. Go to the right side. Order probability. If I expand this tab, you can see order probability. Little bit more. Order probability. So they are saying remove 30 and put 70. And when I press enter, you can see the number expected order value has been changed. Previously it was 6,000 something. Now it has been 14,000 something. Okay. Then what next you have to do? After changing the probability, they are asking you to save. So only last thing left in this step that you press save and there will be a inquiry number generated that you have to note down. Okay. Be careful. Save. So I received the inquiry number that is 1 then 4 times 0 and 473. So this number you have to wrote down completely. Why? Because it is starting with 1. Okay. So this is the inquiry I have created. Now I'm going quickly going out of this step and now I'm going to create quotation. So what we have to do, we have to follow the path logistics, sales, distribution, sales, quotation and then create. So instead of inquiry, now I'm going to click on quotation. And in the quotation, we have to click on create. And after clicking on create, what will happen? Will be open. And on this screen, what is required? You have to type a quote. Means quotation code that is QT. Capital small doesn't matter. Okay. And then in rest of the fields, it should be UE00, WH and BI. It's already there. If it is not, you have to type. Okay. Then now see in this exercise they are asking you have to click on create with reference. Now this is the difference. In previous step when you were creating inquiry, it was not the case. You just click on create and that's it. But here you are going to create a quotation in reference to inquiry. So that's why what you will do, you will click on create with reference. So once you click on create with reference, what will happen? This window will open, and in this window now what you have to do, you have to put your inquiry number. Now again in the exercise they are saying search your inquiry. But I will again say, you know the inquiry number, type the number directly or copy paste that number directly. So what was my inquiry number? It was 1 4 times 0 473. So I'm typing it directly. Okay, to save time. But if you are not able to note down that number, then you can search. And what you are going to do now, you will press enter. If you press enter or click on this copy, both will serve the same purpose. Now, on this screen, you can see the data that you have entered already in the inquiry automatically coming in the quotation. That is the strength of ERP. I repeat. Okay. Now, in this, what they are asking, you have to enter the purchase order number. Again, what you will do, you will put your purchase order number. Again they are saying triple hash, but not triple hash. What I am going to do, I am going to enter my GVI number, that is 500. Okay, and then the PO date. Now PO date is the today's date. Why? Because there is a possibility that customer gives the inquiry today and he understand the inquiry and he said okay, give me the quotation on same date. Possible. If not, then definitely whatever is your current date, you can type it. So I'm entering current date because again the quotation is creating today. Now what next they are asking us to enter? Now again you have to enter valid from and valid to. So again valid from is today's date. It's coming automatically, and valid to will be the 1 month later date. Again, remember it is very logical that you are going to give the time. So validity for inquiry was there and similarly validity for quotation. But remember when quotation is converted in from inquiry, now I don't think so that inquiry will exist further. Okay, because sometime it happen people create inquiry and then they create quotation and then they try to create inquiry quotation from the same inquiry and it gives error. Okay, so once the inquiry is converted into quotation, that's it. Now what next we have to do, we enter all the dates. Now they are saying required delivery dates. So what will be the required delivery date? Again they are saying 1 month later from today. So required delivery date, let me just check because these dates are sometimes very confusing. Yes, 1 month from today. And sometimes your document is stuck because of wrong date. So be careful. Now, what next? Now they are saying you will just press enter and you will receive a message. The default date is not copied into existing schedule lines. So for this message, what you are going to do, they are just saying press enter. Change in the invoice date, the billing date is redetermined. Okay, fine. Now, what next? this step, they are asking you to play with few things. Now, what they want to give, they want you to give some discount. They want you to apply some conditions. So those things are required over here. You can perform those things here. Now, how you are going to perform these things? They are going to allow you to apply two conditions. One condition is overall on the quotation, and one condition will be on what you can call it on a specific material. So the first thing they are saying you have to add $50 discount on what? The touring bike, deluxe touring bike. So what they are saying, how you will do that? Click on the item condition. First, before that, what you are going to do, you will click on this touring bike like this, and it is selected. Now what they are saying, click on item condition. Where is the item condition? It is, this is the item condition. When you click on this, this screen will open. Now what they are saying, you have to enter the discount for $50. Now how you are going to apply this discount? Remember, in SAP you cannot do anything, any discount directly. You have to have some conditions defined in the system, and you will call that condition to perform the discount. So here what they are saying, to give $50 discount, they have K004. So what we are going to do, we are going to add this K004 at the end of this data here. So here what I am going to do, I am going to type K004. And once I enter this K004, automatically the discount for $50 will be added. So what I will do, I will just press enter. I will put K004 and I will put 50 here in the amount. Okay. And then automatically US dollar will come, and I will just press enter. And when I press enter, you can see here this row, this $50 minus means this is at minus from the amount. So remember, we bought 5 deluxe touring bike. So 50 into 5, it's 250. So it is on that item. So that 250 is minus from whatever the total. Okay. We will see later what was the total. So accordingly, what happened? That has been applied. Now what they are asking? Now they are asking you to apply a discount on overall bill. So to do that, what they are saying, you will go one step back and then you will perform this activity. So how you will go one step back? Just press back here. Now what they are saying, you have to click on the menu that is given go to. Where is that menu? Let me just search. Condition. That menu will come from here maybe. Go to header and condition. Now again we are in the same screen, but now the discount will be applied on the whole bill. Previously it was applied on one item. Now in this, what they are asking us, you have to apply 5% discount, and the condition that you will call will be RA00. So what you will do, you will go down, you will enter RA00. Again, it is not case sensitive, capital small doesn't matter. And then what they are saying, with amount of 5, So in the amount category, you will put 5. So over here, 5 means 5%. And then what they said, just press enter. Now this discount will be applied on the whole bill. RA 00 5% minus. Okay. Now in this step, nothing more required. What you will do, you can just go at the top of the screen and you can see the net value has been changed accordingly. But for to do this change, what is required, you have to activate. I think yes, yes. Once you click on activate, what happened? You can see now this value has been changed. Previously it was 21,000 something. Now it is 20,000 something. Okay. Now this is the end for the quotation. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to just press save. And another number is generated. So I'm going to note down that number as well. 200000294. These are very important because if you know these numbers, you can type directly. No need to search. So this is the end for quotation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going out from this. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to create a sale order. Now this sale order will be in the reference of quotation. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm closing down this quotation. I will click on sales. Under the sales, now I'm directly go to the order. And in the order, now we are going to click on create. And in create, what next we have to do, over here, we will type OR, short code for standard order or sale order. And then they are asking in the exercise to search your quotation. But if you know the quotation, why you need to search? So press put OR, then check all these fields UE00 WHBI, then you will click on create with reference. And in this field, what you are going to do, you are going to type your quotation number. 2, then 4 times 0, then 294. Again, press copy. Now what you can see here in this screen, rest of the data coming automatically from the previous quotation. So what is required now? You will put your PO number. Again, what is the PO number? In the exercise, they are saying triple hash. But for me, it is 500, my GBI number. I am repeating again. And PO date, definitely for today's date. Because what customer is doing, customer is saying, I want to get it now. So, now what next? Once you enter this date, now you can see in this, there is no valid to valid from. Why? You don't need it. Now customer is placing the order. So order means he is agreed. You have to supply the item. There is no validity. Okay. So what we do, we put the PO and required delivery date from the quotation. Click on this save. So whatever the delivery date is there, it is from the quotation. So now you are going to press save. Nothing more you have to do in this step. And you can see there is 650, my standard order. 650. So far, what we have seen, We did this, we did this, we did this, this, and this. Now these two steps, I'm not going to do it because this is just display and check. You can do it by yourself by following the exercise. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is start delivering the process. Means now they are going to deliver the item. So let's go little bit quickly because I have some other work to do as well. So the next thing that we are going to do is start delivering the process. So delivery process we are going to start. Now here what we are going to do, we will go out. First we will go out from here. Then logistics sales distribution. Okay, logistics sales distribution. Under sales distribution, shipping and transportation. I'm going to close this master data. Also this one. So under sales and distribution, what we need? Shipping and transportation. So under shipping and transportation, what we need to do? Outbound delivery. Then in outbound delivery, what we will do? We will click create, then single document, then under the single document with reference to sale order. With reference to sale order. Now here you can see my sale order number coming automatically 650. If not, you will type it or search it. Now shipping point, what you have to enter? Most probably the same MI00, yes. No capital, no small, you can enter in any way, but make sure you are typing MI00, not M100. Okay. And then they are saying you have to enter the date 1 week from today. 1 week from today, selection date. So what we are going to do, we are going to change it. So instead of 30th of September, we will put 7th of October. Okay. And then what next they are asking us? Okay. That's it. You are not required to do anything. Just press the save, just press enter. You will go inside and you can see it is showing all the things. Now what you are going to do? You will just press save here. Nothing more required to enter in this step. You will just press save and a shipping document number will be generated that you have to note down. Be careful. So it is 8, then 4 times 0, 388. Okay, so let's go quickly. The next step is again check stock status. I am not going to check it. Now the next step that we are going to perform is the pick material on delivery. So the next thing that we do, we will follow this path. I'll go out of this. Logistics, sales, distribution, shipping and transportation. Okay. And under shipping transportation, outbound delivery, then change. Then in outbound delivery, we will not go for create, we will go for change. This is the difference. And in change, we will click on single document. Now you can see automatically this number is coming. If it is not, you will type or search. Now what they are asking us here in this step, you will press enter and go inside. And when you go inside, now they are saying you have to do few things. Like you will put FG00 for storage location. Where is that storage location? Definitely it will be somewhere in the right side. Storage location. Here. FG00 for both the fields. Okay. What else you have to enter? MI00 is already a shipping point. Now what else you have to enter? You put FG00 and the picked quantity 5 and 2. Now this is the step that is very important. Picked quantity you have to enter. First item, see in the open quantity 5 and the second one is 2. Now what we are going to do? Just save and what happen? This activity will be done. You can see the same number that was generated in the previous step, but that has been changed now. So it has been picked means after generating the delivery document, now the delivery people they are picking the item. Okay. Now the next step is very what you can call it short one, and in this case again the same path, and you are having this delivery document number is there. Now the thing that you have to do, you have to press post goods. When you click on the sports goods issue, what happen? It will be posted. Nothing, no new message. And again, at this point, what happen? You have to perform this step one time only because this posting can be done one time. It cannot be done and more than one time because if I try to do it another time, it will give me error. See, error. Because already the transaction is posted, nothing left to be post. Okay, so I'm going out from this. Now the next thing that we have to do, we did the posting activity as well. Again, check status. We are not going to check the stock status. You can do it by yourself. Now the next two steps left. Quickly we will do this. Create invoice for the customer. So we'll go out from this transaction. Logistics, sales, distribution, billing document. So we'll close this. Logistics, sales, distribution, billing document, and under billing document, process billing dues list. Now in this billing date, so definitely we will put today's date. Now what next they are asking us here? UE00 for sales organization. Okay. UE00. Distribution channel is required or no? Let's see in the exercise. UE00, nothing else is required. Now what they are saying, you have to click on display bill list icon. So display bill list icon is here. Now you can see the bill is there that we have. That we did the transaction in the last step, the bill is there. Now what they are asking us, they are saying in this that after you see this, click on individual billing document which will produce the following. Individual billing document. Where is the individual billing document? Maybe here somewhere. Individual billing document. Okay. Now this is the screen they are showing us. Okay. Now once you click on this individual billing document, we are here. Now they are saying go to and then header then output. So where is the go to? Definitely it will be in the menu. Go to header and in the header output. Now here once you click on this, you are now here. What they are asking us, enter RD00 for output and select print output for medium. Okay. Enter RD00 for invoice. So where is the invoice? Let me just check. RD00 invoice for output. Okay. Here in output we will put RD00. Capital is small doesn't matter. Here in medium, we will select print output. Okay. And then what they are saying, you have to click on this, that is magnifying glass over here. And then what they are saying, or what I will do, I will just press enter. Okay. Then what they are asking us, enter LOCL for local destination and select print immediately. So where is the local destination? So let's see the communication method icon here. And now here the logical destination, they are asking us to go for LOCL. So I'm going to type it directly. I'm not going to search. I want to save some time because video is already too long. And then select print immediately. Print immediately. And now what they are saying, then click on the back. Now what else they are asking us? Click on the further data button. Further data button to produce the following screen. Now where is that further data button? Here. Now this screen is there. Now in this, what they are asking us to do, select send immediately when saving the application. Okay, it's already selected. Okay. For dispatch time, so that invoice will print immediately. And what they are asking us, go one step back again. So we'll go back. Now after going back, they are saying press save button or icon to return to the maintain billing due list. Now what you can see here, the number is generated and that number we are going to store. This is 9, then 4 times 0 to 1 4. 9, 4 times 0 to 1 4. So this is the billing document that has been generated. Now the last step, I'm not going to see what is the display and all these things. Last step that is related to post receipt of customer payment. So for that, what we will do, we will go out as per the given steps in the exercise. Exit, exit. Now the last step that we are going to do is to create a post receipt. Post receipt means when customer is going to pay, you will record it in the system. So in this case, what we are going to do, financial accounting. We'll close this logistics, accounting, financial accounting, and under financial accounting, accounts receivable, under accounts receivable, document entry, under document entry. 1 minute, guys. Sorry, guys. Just let's finish this last step. So, what we do, we'll follow this path. Incoming payments because customer is paying. So this is incoming payment. If they pay to supplier, then definitely it will be outgoing payment. Okay. Now in this, what they are asking us, you have to enter the current date. The document date is the current date, today's date. Okay. Then what next? US 00 for the company code. Under the bank data, US 00 is the company code automatically showing here. USD is automatically showing here. And they are saying uh, 1 then 5 times 0 for account. So here 1 and then 5 times 0. Okay. Now the amount they are mentioning over here is 20092.50. 20092.50. And under the open item selection, click on the account field. Open item selection. Here in the account field. What you have to enter? You have to enter here your customer number. Okay. So instead of searching, I am going to directly type my customer number. Okay. This is a trick again, saving your time. And then what next? Once you enter the customer number here, what next they are asking? Press enter. Then what else they are asking us? If not assigned, does not show. Over here, I think it is giving some error. Let me just check. We enter this, such a window pop up. Process open item button. Okay. So we'll click on process open item button. I just missed this step. Back. Process open item button. No. Exit. Yes. Let's do it quickly. Today's date. Okay. 5 times 0. Amount 20092.50. Okay. Account 25469. Then process open item. Again, the same error is given. We should get another screen on this. 20092. We press post. Maybe some mistake has happened. So you can try these steps by yourself. I will check it also. So I'm going to stop this, only this last step left. You can see if I show you, only this last step left. Rest of the things we did it. Maybe we missed something. So you can just check. and fix it by yourself. So I'm going to stop this video over here. If you like it, just let me know, put your comments, and especially my students, you can follow all this, and even this last step you can follow the same thing that we did in the last exercise, that was sales and distribution exercise. Okay, so I'm stopping this video. If you like it, okay, just share it with your friends as well, especially my audience that are not my student. Okay, and my students, use this video as an extra. You can use it for your extra reference and perform your exercise from home. Thank you so much, and keep remember me in your prayers.